A lot of the reservoirs in Texas, due to recent developments, rely on groundwater supplies as well as surface water. There are probably 70% of the rivers in Texas at base flow rely on groundwater discharges. Now, in the old days being prior to late 50s, when you built a reservoir, you could not impound the natural flow of the river. You only were allowed to impound the river flow, the flood flows. The reason was that you had to pass through, you couldn't dry up a river. You had to pass through the base flows. Well, it had a good environmental reason, although they never used it. I mean, they never thought about it in that way. And that was because you could not assure, with Texas rule of capture, you could not ensure over any length of period of time of those base flows, because those base flows were coming from groundwater exiting in the rivers and creeks. Well, we've now got areas that we've got reservoirs that relied on, that in fact captures the base flow and so-called appropriates it, that those surface water reservoirs are not going to have near as much water in it as they think, because they're capturing not only flood flows but base flow. Very good example is Waco. Like Brazos River Authority, Lake Waco. Another good one is, for example, Guadalupe-Blanco River Authority. 60% of the base flow of the Guadalupe River at the entrance to the estuary comes out of those springs. GBRA knows that. Victoria's water depends on those spring flows. Let me tell you what, in the 50s, there was only one river running in this state that was west of IH-35, and that was the Guadalupe, and it was running at the lower part of the river. And that was due to the springs.